You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy with chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer assists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Hey y'all, are you ready for this shit show? Let me see these comments because this is going to be fun, and some of you need to buckle up because there's some people that might get a little angry about some of the stuff I'm going to say tonight. But we're not going to stop. We're going to take it back to when Molly went to Georgia, when the devil went down to Georgia. I wouldn't say she's looking mighty fat because that's definitely not the case. But I am really going to enjoy this dragging. And the reason why we're doing this is because people need to see how this setup happened. They can't just hear us talk about it. There's been so much said, multiple different channels, multiple different places. So I went back. I went back to when her ass got to Georgia and I clipped it. I clipped their channels every time they brought up this story over 72 hours. This, what we're going to go over, ends at her admitting that it possibly was a hoax. Since then, she has made multiple videos. She did a live last night, which we've got the whole thing. It's like 2 hours. She did an apology video and she posted it in an interview with Marvon Sr. But before any of that will make sense, it's really important that we go back and look at how we got here in the first place. And we're also going to put some pieces in the puzzle of how this possibly got put out there to her in the first place. And by whom? Because Molly's got a few Patreons out here running amok. If you're paying attention in Science Girl, there's a big distraction going on. And they used Science Girl and did some things to Science Girl. And look at the outcome of it. What does it do? It completely covers up the facts because all of these other people are getting heated about all of this other stuff. Who does it take the attention off? Molly! Ding, ding, ding. Molly's little cronies are little snakes. with venom in them. And if you think they're not, you're about to learn that some of them might bite you twice. And I tried to tell everybody, I tried to warn everybody, but everybody needs to see it on their own time. Things aren't amping up again today for no reason. People need to pay attention because Molly has all sorts of stuff going on out here. But let me go back and say hi to everybody. Well, not everybody, because that's probably a lot. Hey, Amy. Hey, Lily. Hey, Tara. Hey, I love you. Hey, Mochas. Hey, Peg. Granny T. Marcy. Cool Gamer. Chatty Cathy. I Hate Peas. Angela. Lorraine. Elle. Marlene. Anne. Yinzi. Sheila. Lorton. Ellie. Trisha, Peg, Hope, Carol, Jose, Addicted Mind. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry, y'all. Miss Lee, Tara. I probably saw that twice. Chartreuse. I can't talk. Sweet Bee. I think I got, oh, X-Earth. I think I got every Irish girl. Sora, ASU mom, Brittany. Did I miss anybody else? If I missed you, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Let's get into this shit show because this is going to be fun. They're going to keep everybody over there, which is fine because that's exactly what they want. They need this distraction right now. Do you understand what we're dealing with here? Molly blatantly announced the passing of somebody without verification. This information came from one of her Patreons, she claims. Well, she changes her story multiple times, but we'll let her speak for herself. And of course, I built in pauses. Everything is based on the fair use guidelines. This falls within fair use. The full content can be found, well, what's not deleted can be found on Justice for All, Molly Go Lightly, and there is a tiny clip from Blowhorn Betty, which tiny little thing, so nothing really about her. But you notice all their posts are still up and they haven't corrected anything? Yep. Oh, it's just a distraction, y'all. It's all a distraction. All a distraction. So we're going to hop right into it. I have to do all these little things. I should have done this the other way. I did it on one of my phone apps because that's where I was taking screen recordings at. So I'm sorry it's not like full. Hold on. Yeah, it's still pretty little. You'll get the gist of it though. This will be fun. Probably not. But it's an hour, over an hour worth of clips. So we're going to be here a little while. And it covers over 72 hours. I'm trying to make sure I got all the comments going. Okay. Ready?
Please, let's not taint Quentin. Poor baby Quentin.
Yes.
I can't believe, Justin, that we are down in Savannah, Georgia, the same place where Marvan's family is right now.
Why do you think they're there right now? Anybody realize this whole thing amped up? She started posting videos. Conveniently, same place. They barely did much with the Quentin Simon thing at all. They did a little bit screaming and hollering, but they were down there to cause chaos within this story. In my opinion, that was intentional. They claim that they knew or had heard rumors before going to Savannah. Remember that. They claim that they knew this before they got to Savannah.
What are the chances? Were we meant to be here?
I think so.
This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And for Miss Wynette to out of the blue say to me this morning, she says, Miss Marissa, I have the day off. My mama's with us. My mama's with us.
Do you hear this? Isn't it weird that they're there? They're even acknowledging it. however they think it's, divine intervention, but you'll hear them say a lot more about that coming up. This wasn't divine intervention. This was a setup. They needed content. If you go back and look at what she's done over the last months since the story, she got a hold of this story, her content has 99% of it been about this story. She was starting to lose traction because there's been nothing changed in this story, and more people are picking up on that. So what did she have to do? She had to amp it up, and here we are.
I'm telling you, my mom was with us. She goes, I want the address to that protest. And I said, you gonna come? She goes, I can't wait to see you and Justin.
And again, we don't know what was really said between Wynette and them. We're never really privy to that. They flash screenshots occasionally when it suits them, but we really don't know if Wynette was excited about them going down there. She did make comments that she was excited to meet them. Wynette's pretty passive always. Anybody that's watched along the way knows that she just kind of seems to go with the flow. Whatever Molly says, she goes along with, which unfortunately has ended up with the family being in a lot of these positions.
She's so fun.
She is fun.
She's awesome.
How would they know she's fun? She's been a part of an extremely traumatic story. So how is this fun? How would they know she's fun? Anybody? That doesn't work.
I want to hang out with her so bad. Like, I love that bitch.
She doesn't love anybody but herself. We all know.
I gotta go through all the dresses. She wants Violet's dresses. It's crazy though. This is where Marvan's family lives.
I know. It's kind of like circles.
Not only does Marvan's biological family live there, his adoptive mother and family that he grew up with and was a part of lives there. Not once have you heard them mention anything about them. Not one time have you heard them mention anything or ask how his adoptive mother, his great-grandmother, is doing. They're in the same town, but they don't bring up anything about the family that actually has been around and is really greatly impacted by all of this. Granted, this impacts everybody.
What are we doing here? There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, the reason is because you needed content and you wanted money. You don't care about anybody but yourself, and that's apparent.
But honestly, I don't feel like this is going to be a wasted trip.
She doesn't feel like it's going to be a wasted trip because they already had it set up so Marvan could see them and so they could do this interview because she knew that they were getting content. Remember, she states, and you'll see this, how this goes down. This is the first night they got there. You'll see, supposedly, they already know that this rumor has been going around. Supposedly, they already knew that there was some of this possibility. So they waited until they were in Georgia to use it as a show.
That she couldn't believe it. So she said that
this is the next morning when she is talking about her interview with the babysitter. Granted, the babysitter has had nothing to do with this story, but of course, she's got to put all of these stories together in one. And if you watch her jaw in this one, she shouldn't be talking to any victims, anybody. She should not be advocating for anything besides rehab.
she is being harassed, and we told her.
She, again, I'm sure internet stuff is crazy, but Molly went over there and gave her $500. Yeah, I have that clip too. It's not in this one, but Molly gave that babysitter $500.
Her, listen, we are doing and reporting another case and talking about covering a different case in the same town. She does.
I can't even make my jaw do that, first and foremost, and it's so distracting. I'm sorry, but I literally tried when I was watching her, and I can't even make my jaw physically do that and not like I'm trying to do it right now, and I can't do it and talk normal. I don't know how she's doing it. But anyways, she's got to try to, she brought up Marvon McCrae's story to the babysitter. Marvon does not live in Georgia. If you're not really on the social media stuff and didn't know, a lot of people don't know. Thankfully, it's had a big enough impact, but there's still some people that don't know. But she's got to tell everybody because she wants to get everybody involved in this mess. And she loves to cross stories.
Doesn't know about Marvon McCrae at all. And she doesn't know who Marvon is. So she was very humble. She's still hopeful.
Why would she know? Why would she know? She's got enough going on. And then you have Jaw Jiggler walking over there, paying her $500 to try and get an interview with her. Tell me it's not. I don't care. Everybody says, oh, she's just kind of does things out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted an interview. She wanted an exclusive. She did the same thing with the McCraes or the Jacksons. Excuse me, not the McCraes. She did it with the Jacksons and the Biases. She made big donations, love bombs them, does all of this, gives them money, donates to whatever cause, tells everybody else to jump on. She does this. It's a way of securing content.
Well, I mean, they can keep the music on.
This is, again, when that same day, the second day they're there, this is when Wynette comes. If you have earphones in or headphones, you might be able to hear the audio a little bit better. These clips are bad. Their audio is horrible throughout this stuff, and I'm really sorry. It's not mine. It's actually theirs this time because they were not connected to solid Wi-Fi.
The share told them to demonetize our videos, but it doesn't matter because we're getting super chats.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because we're getting super chats. So they don't care about the music in the background because they're banking on super chats. Tell me it's not about making money when she constantly brings up money.
Well, I mean, they can keep the music on.
The share told them to demonetize our videos, but it doesn't matter because we're getting super chats.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It matters.
Hello.
This is Miss Wynette, who is the stepmother of Marvon McCrae, who has only been around him a couple times, met the children one time previously, to my understanding. She is the stepmother of Marvon McCrae. She is married to Marvon Jackson Sr., who is the biological father of Marvon. Marvon was adopted as a young child. His biological parents and him had been trying to rekindle a relationship over the years. Oh,
No! You can't say Miss Molly!
Did you guys see the dog try to bite her? The dog, Molly walks up and the dog tries to bite her. I mean, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. I mean, dogs have a great judge of character. Really good judge of character.
No! I'm gonna tell your daddy on you. You need a muzzle. Sorry, Miss Molly. Sorry, so much. Oh, look at those good glasses.
Hey, Miss Wynette. How are you, honey?
I'm hanging in there. Y'all in shock. This is how I go to work looking a mess. I said I was gonna dress up and come out here. Come out important.
That's right.
I didn't want to just.
You look awesome.
This is y'all stuff.
Oh.
I was gonna find a cooler. Dollar Trees and Family
No,
Dollars
that's
here are
fun.
so
Thank
bummish.
you.
They don't never have coolers. Then the cooler they wanted a tiny cooler for $20.
I was gonna fix this clip, y'all, but conveniently, some of these are like, I don't even know if they're on members only or what they were doing with them. So it is what you get for the clip. Sorry.
Sassy's trying to get to that dog.
Oh, hi.
You don't want nobody hitting you.
I know we gotta go over here.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice talking to you.
that's the baby.
I know she told me.
It's Miss Wynette. She's beautiful.
If you're good with audio, there's some pieces coming up that if you have like good audio on your end, you might be able to pick up some of what they're saying. It's hard to make out, and I couldn't clear it up that well to get what exactly, but they didn't want to be on camera with some of what they were talking about. Just pay attention closely to this next section. I always talk beforehand. Sorry.
The woman goes, oh, you needed reading glasses, or you got?
No, don't worry. They already did it. Well, it's done. And the woman goes, I know you. I said, you do? And she goes, we're doing crazy. So, tell you just.
Oh gosh.
Their audio
Probably
is
about
terrible.
7 years.
Really?
Mom and I got her from.
She looks like a puppy still.
She got gray hairs all over her. You have some beautiful skin.
Yeah.
And Jesus, you look totally different from off camera.
Yeah.
Yes, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Very sweet.
That's, you know what this is? More wrong with praise.
Let me get sassy over here because she almost attacked Miss Amazing.
Oh, thank you. Very sweet.
That's, you know what this is? More wrong with praise.
Let me get sassy over here because she almost attacked Miss Molly for hugging me.
That's Betty Boomer.
Thank you.
Let me take a picture of you too.
Betty Boomer?
That's
No.
Betty Boomer.
She called her Betty Boomer. Wynette says Betty Boomer because MGL doesn't even give Betty the respect and uses her name right. Did you guys hear earlier too? Molly was trying to tell Wynette that somebody recognized her and said, "You're doing the Dre McRae story." Sure they did.
You could call her Boomer too.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Justin, get in there.
I don't know Betty Boomer.
Betty
Boomer.
Boomer. Betty Boomer.
Betty, she said,
3.
leave it to Marissa.
She called her Betty Boomer again and says, "I don't know who she is." She says, "I don't know who Betty Boomer is." She's standing there taking a photo op with these people. Remember, we will find out here that they supposedly already knew about this. Can you tell in this interaction that that's going on? No, you can't. You can't tell at all. They're doing photo ops.
Get on this side of her, Marissa.
Sweet.
Let me move Sassy out of the way.
Just wants content.
Sassy is crazy. Cray. Get over here. Move it in. I'm not going to bite
Move
you.
it in.
Just joking. Are you serious?
Perfect.
Oh,
Thank
We'll send them to you.
so sad.
I do need.
I think what's sad is
This
She
is the
has to go to prison.
person.
then Billy Joe's driving out of here with a smug look on her face, and I want to reach in there and touch.
There's two conversations going on. Betty is talking to Justin, but listen past that if you can, and listen to what you can kind of make out Molly saying to Wynette.
I love you.
To reach out and touch someone.
All right, I need to go get a shower.
What time are we coming back?
I was gonna come back and go live for the evening stuff, but I'd like to go live on Marissa to a panel. But thinking
And I did
like Olivia's got a date or something going on.
And I said, I'm not going to tell anybody. That's
She's like, it's just dinner. I'm like, okay, well.
You're not going to tell anybody what, Molly? What aren't you going to tell anybody? That's what I want to know. I want to know what the hell she's not going to tell anybody.
So you know.
All right, guys.
She said, so you knew. What are you saying, Molly?
Are you recording?
Yes,
Are you recording, Justin?
But you're not live, are you?
I am.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. He was live?
Wynette says he was live.
Y'all can't hear. It's okay. Nobody's good. All right, guys.
If you're good with audio and you want that clip to fix it, and hit me up, I'll send it to you because I'm not good at audio. But I would really like to know what that was all, because you see how giddy they are and happy they are. Remember, all the while, supposedly, they know that this rumor has been going around for a couple weeks, right? Okay, remember that. I know that this is like, okay, get to the point nonsense. Well, it walks it there on its own. Hey, Amethyst.
Please call Wynette. Can you please call Wynette again?
This is a few hours after they met Wynette. A few hours, same day. Okay? Few hours later, they go back to the protest. Evening time. And this is what goes down.
I did. I already.
She's calling me again. She's gonna knock me.
She kept calling Molly. Now watch how Molly's concerned about being kicked off her stream versus picking up the phone for Wynette. Just pay attention.
No, that's
They breed
Letitia.
crackheads and baby murderers.
No, it wasn't. It was Wynette.
Justin says that's not Wynette, that's Letitia. Molly looks back and says, no, that's Wynette. Who was it? Wouldn't you think that they would have it stored in their phone so it would have popped up the name? And it doesn't matter. Why wouldn't you take their call? I would assume that the family of his, considering what you supposedly know, would be more important than your stream if it wasn't about content. Hey, everybody hopping in. I will go back and talk to y'all when we're done. I'm just going to try to get through this as to the point as possible.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard, but apparently Dre McCrae posted in her Slay with Dre McCrae group that Marvon McCrae has passed away.
There was no post whatsoever. This has been confirmed numerous times. First and foremost, she did not vet this information, but you'll see that as it goes.
I don't know the details of this.
I don't know the details of this, but I'm just going to continue to spew it online. Don't know the details, heard a rumor, I'm going to announce it. Okay. Remember, this is still early on.
But
honey,
she
Marissa's
claims.
live, so she can't talk.
Yeah, please don't call my phone yet because she'll not. Yeah.
Please don't call my phone because you'll knock me off. I'm trying to exploit your tragedy, potentially, but please don't call me because you might knock me off my stream. And I am too busy exploiting your family for money over a fucking rumor to answer my phone.
So yes, that's what according to Dre McCrae and her fans.
Again, there's been posts in support of her that were posted that were probably twisted, tweaked, something, maybe, but there was never a post that said this whatsoever, never announced anything of this sort. There's been comments that maybe people twisted and took that way, but nothing has said this. But it's interesting because, well, a couple days ago, during this whole shit show, my friend, well, I don't know if it's my friend for sure, but one of my friends over here joined Facebook and made a Facebook page and happened to join, well, she's one of Molly's Patreons. Yeah, you can figure out the rest. Convenient time frame. Facebook page pops up. She joins Dre's supporters. Molly's got a few Patreons in there too. So this was probably a concocted situation, it seems like. I'm pretty sure that the Facebook page belongs to the same person that harasses people on YouTube, but, you know, they like to play games. So we're just going to continue.
That's what she's saying, that she passed away. So if that is.
And Penelope, you know I'm talking about you.
So my heart goes out to Miss Letitia, her children, the family that loves him, Miss Wynette, Mr. Marvon Sr.
So she's giving condolences, doing all of this show, but doesn't want to be knocked off her stream. Doesn't want to actually talk to the family and console them, make sure that they're okay, they need anything. She just announced publicly that their son passed away off a rumor supposedly of a post that she didn't see. But she's more interested in streaming.
All of his friends and all of the men who cared about him. And I'm sure he'll be cremated immediately if this is true.
Who says that? First of all, why would it be any of her business, even if that was the situation? Why is that any of her business or any of ours? It's not. It's freaking not. She had no business announcing this, first and foremost, none. And it's even worse that it's fake. And it's even worse that it's a setup fake. And it's even worse that now that they're called out on it being fake, that they're doing more distractions right now. And what are they doing? Doxing people, attacking people, stirring up the shitstorm, just like happens every freaking time. And if you know me, you know I've got proof of what I'm saying. So don't sit here and think, oh, nonsense. No, I can connect a lot of dots. And it all leads back to Molly and Molly's camp every time.
I don't know if this is 100% true. All I'm saying is that I don't have a screenshot of this because I'm not a fan of hers. Please stop fighting.
I don't have a screenshot of this. I can't prove this. I don't know it's true, but I'm going to continue to fucking announce it. I'm going to continue to do this. This isn't drama. This is life or death. And this is how she handles it. I don't have a screenshot, but I was told this. This had nothing, exactly, Amethyst. It had nothing to do with Quentin. This had everything to do with Marvon's family and her setup of this shit.
Enough. Please stop fighting.
The fighting's just begun, Molly.
Mallory.
She always likes to try and, just skirt on right by. She announced this, right? And then she just hops on. Oh, there's Mallory. And I'm not saying anything against Mallory. She's just another one of the people that Molly likes to throw into her mess. So, but she just casually, says all this stuff. And then, oh, there's Mallory. Like it's any other thing she talks about. That's how much care and concern she has. This is the same night from Justin.
I don't know, guys.
So same night, Justin's angle, because both of them streamed a little bit. I think one of these or two of them got deleted. I don't know which one got deleted or if they're both still up. Some of this has been removed, but I've been recording all along. So I've got all of it.
We are trying to find out about Vaughn.
We're trying to find out about Marvon. What? We don't know. You see, even Justin basically says, we don't know. We're trying to find out. But we just announced it live, and then we're going to call the family. Okay. And he laughs.
Did you find out about Vaughn?
Yeah.
You know,
Justin's talking to some ladies that are sitting there. I'm assuming it's ICU and some of those. And he's like, did you find out about Vaughn? It's hard. Again, the audio is hard on some of these pieces, but they'll talk about it out loud. Yep, and laughing.
We want fucking Billy Joe. Yeah. Tell her we want Billy Joe. We don't want
that loudmouth bitch, whoever that is, in the black pants and the gray shirt, that's Molly and Justin's little buddy that picked Molly up from the airport. I've got video of her tossing stuff in the driveway in the yard of that house, throwing stuff back into the yard from like the edge of it, chucking stuff back in there, screaming and hollering. Like she's just right up there with Molly and the rest of them. They all behave the exact same. It's disgusting. You hear Molly whisper, "Is that Wynette?"
We're gonna call Wynette. We just saw her a little bit ago. She was here.
So now they're going to call Wynette. Again, this is Justin's angle. We've seen a piece of Molly's now. This is Justin's.
Are you ending it? End that and tell him you'll be back in a minute. We gotta come for
Okay. I'm trying to get my charger to work. Where did you park after you?
She's right there.
Okay.
Did you hear Molly instruct Justin to get off live? Did you notice that? She tried to tell him to end it, but he doesn't. That's another interesting part. But thankfully he didn't, because there's a little bit more that gets said. A lot more. And the audio is shit, y'all. Sorry.
Hey.
Justin's
What?
here. Justin's here. She's getting Marvon Sr. on the phone. You want to back up?
Xearth, yes, I can. Hit me up on Facebook or in Gmail and I'll get it to you. So they call Wynette and they're streaming this, right? Listen, I know, again, their audio sucks, but you can make out some of it.
I'm going to pull up because I'm going to have to charge from my car.
She says, all right, go
I have to move my car up closer to the house, guys, because...
So that Justin's moving the car, Molly walks off, but she's on the phone with Wynette. Now watch how things go.
We're on the phone right now with Wynette to see if anything has happened to Marvon.
So they called Wynette after and asked her, after they announced that there was this post, which never happened. Then they call Wynette. They just saw her a few hours earlier. They already announced it, and then they call her.
There is supposedly someone from Dre's camp, I think, that's saying that
Get it out, Spanky.
Marvon may have passed.
Somebody's from Dre's camp. Do you notice the intentional setup? They're trying to blame it on Dre's camp. First of all, Molly is aching for a reaction from Dre. She cannot handle the fact that Dre will not acknowledge her existence. Secondly, this is also a way to throw Letitia under the bus. And if you think it's not happening, that's exactly where we're headed. Yeah, supposedly.
Let me turn it around. Settings, camera. All right, so someone has recently said that Marvon has passed. We don't know that.
Someone has recently said that Marvon passed. We don't know that, but I'm announcing it live.
We're just trying to figure that out. So
I did
that really.
His camera.
Lindsay said yes, thank you. I want so bad for him to be alive and tell us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No care.
Shares Momo. She's not a clown. Ziggy said Vaughn had a heart attack. I mean, I don't. Thank you, Michelle.
Marvon did not have a heart attack. What they're talking about is somebody else has a husband or an ex-husband that passed away, and comments were being talked about that. It had nothing to do with Marvon.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you. Very kind of you. No, she wasn't sent by Cher. I don't think she was sent by Cher. I think she was sent by someone else. On the phone with Miss Jackson. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Molly's still on the phone with Miss Jackson, and you notice she's not on camera, and she didn't come back over there. Sorry, he is.
Yeah, we're waiting for confirmation.
We're waiting for confirmation. Spanky, don't have confirmation, and you're announcing it on the internet. And you pieces of shit still have not edited, corrected, taken down all of this nonsense. But you want us to think that you really give a shit about this family, right?
To be honest with you, it would not surprise me if something happened to Vaughn. He's been suffering for quite a long time.
And how do you know that, Justin? You don't know.
Vaughn left his body months ago. Dre is a monster. Yeah, I mean, to me, whether Dre did this or not, in my opinion, even if he did this, he felt trapped. And he felt like there was no way out, in my opinion.
No one gives a fuck about your opinion. I'll say it again. And secondly, your opinion is based off of misinformation that you have helped intentionally place in this story to make it a story. This was not a story or a case for social media in the first place. This was an unfortunate, tragic event for a social media influencer who some vindictive little snakes decided, you know what, we don't like her. So we feel entitled to their story. That's how we got here. Aligned with a family that is broken and has been broken. Unfortunately, no matter what you say about it, it is what it is. And that's not somebody else's way to profit. That's a tragedy. They're not the only broken family out here. And if you think for 1 second that this could not be you and they couldn't do this to any of your loved ones, they could. They did it to these guys. Granted, because of the turmoil, they had an advantage. They had an in. But this was like the perfect mix in the perfect storm. It should have never came to social media, period. It's none of our business, including mine. And no, I don't even have a right to be out here talking about it or righting these wrongs. But as a human being, I cannot sit by quietly and watch this continue to happen. They have not gone back and corrected all of this misinformation and said, hey, she made 2 short videos. Do you think those videos got the views the other ones did? Nope. And they won't. They won't take them down because they're making money.
Still waiting on confirmation about Vaughn.
Still waiting on confirmation, but he's going to continue to say it.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Notice how he mutes. Molly comes up to the window and he mutes, and he checks his phone numerous times to make sure he's muted.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Jim passed. Is he the same person as Vaughn? No, Jim is whatchamacallit.
Jim is actually either the husband or the ex-husband of a creator named Ziggy. I don't even know who this person is, but because of watching all of this stuff and paying attention to the comments, I figured out, somebody else mentioned it too. I don't know this person, but I send condolences out to this person no matter what. That's a tragic loss, and I don't wish that on anybody. But they so casually say things and don't finish it, so people are left open-ended. Some people probably thought he did have a heart attack if they were listening to what Justin says, because he's so choppy and doesn't make concise statements ever, unless it's bullshit. They can get the bullshit down perfectly. Well, not really. Even they struggle with that even. But when it's lies, they can nail it time and time again over. I mean, they switch them up. But if it's something serious, it's like, oh, what do I say? Where do I go? Did my turtle just cross the floor? Like, I can't with him.
All of a sudden, we forgot how to use camera equipment. Apparently, alleged, well, whatever.
Well, whatever. This is not a well, whatever situation, Molly. This is a man's life. So Molly gets off the phone with Wynette, and this is what she does.
Dre McCrae put up in her slay group that Marvon passed.
No proof. There's no post, no proof, and they're still doing this.
Now, I don't have a screenshot of it, but we did spend some time with Miss Wynette today, and I found out this afterward. We did take a picture with her.
She says she found this out after seeing Wynette. So that's her first story. She found out about this post after seeing Wynette. So then they take it upon themselves to announce it publicly and then call Wynette.
That's my Patreon. And she did bring Miss
somebody from my Patreon. Those of you in her private group, unless she's been booted, there's a few of them from her Patreon that are in there. There's a few others that I know too that I probably should make sure that they get rid of out of there. Some of you are great because you actually do support and care about that family, but the rest of you Molly snakes need to get the boot out of there because you're doing nothing but damaging this family's life. And whoever, Molly, and I expect you to put this Patreon on blast fully if that was what happened. I expect you to name and shame them and show the proof that a Patreon texted you this. You're messing with a man's life. This won't go away. It's not going to be brushed over like you hope it will. Or you can make all these other distractions so you can just skirt off. Not happening this time, dear.
Sassy, and then all of a sudden, a couple of hours later, my Patreon contacted me and said, Marissa.
My Patreon contacted me and said, Marissa. Doesn't provide her screenshots. Just says, hey, there's supposedly this post that doesn't exist. And wouldn't you know, conveniently, certain people just pop up in those groups around the same time frame. And a couple of the other snakes were already in there. Imagine that. Imagine how this is all working out.
Are you aware that Vaughn passed and it was put in the Slay group? And I was like, I heard that there was rumors.
But I didn't decide to tell you face to face when we saw you earlier and sit down and have a heart to heart with you because I'm a slimeball bitch. So I waited to do it online in a show for my audience and then decided to call you afterwards. That's what she's saying. Sorry for the cussing. It's not going away. I don't know if I'm coming out of this funk of just saying it like it is. I am the granddaughter. I learned all my cussing from a Navy sailor and I'm proud of it.
But I haven't seen anything. So I called Wynette and I said, let's call Mr. Marvon Senior. We got him on the phone. And I told.
So she also just confirmed that Marvon Senior is not there by saying what she said. She said, she called Wynette and she asked to call Marvon Senior. Marvon Senior is not home at all points in time. He can get a pass. He is in a long-term treatment facility, which they've lied to us about. It is called, I'm not even going to tell you guys the name of it because we don't need to go there. It is what it is. It's been proven. It's a fact. Again, it's here nor there. We don't care about his past. What I care about is all the lies and the fact that this has all been brought out here because of their inability to tell the truth about anything.
Her, I said, listen, I have to tell you that this is what is going on. And then Mr. Marvin got in touch with Letitia.
Mr. Marvin got in touch with Letitia, is what she says. Pay close attention because this all comes back and turns around. And I know it sounds redundant. Some of you guys probably missed some of these pieces. That's why I went back and pieced it all together, point by point, day by day of their trip and how this all went down. So everybody can be in the know of exactly how these two clowns set this up. But they didn't do it on their own. They had help.
And I've been out here screaming. And tomorrow I may be doing less screaming tomorrow because I think I just screamed a little too much.
AKA, the powder is getting to her and she's losing her voice. Her jaw's been jacking so much that she needs a break. We don't care, Molly. We don't care about your habits. We don't care about anything like that. We care about the fact that you're so careless. We care about the fact that you scream lies, that you have a platform that you do nothing but damage other people with. You do nothing good with the potential you have. You have done nothing but evil with the platform that you were given. You have an amazing opportunity and you have trashed it because of your own selfishness and your own insecurities and misery in your life. You are so jealous and envious of Dre in the fact that he did love her. He obviously did. It's in his videos. You are so envious that you can't have that. You're obsessed with the fact that people connected with her on a human level. People can't do that with you because you're fake as fuck.
Now, I did contact, I did tell Vinnie Politan, and he responded and said, "Oh my God, how sad." Now, I do believe when I spoke to Marvin, it was very sad. Wynette was.
She called Vinnie Politan before contacting the family and verifying this was factual. Now, tell me again that this isn't about making money. Anybody? Because that's exactly what it is.
Inconsolable. And Marvin Sr. said, "Molly, oh my God, what am I going to do?" And I said,
can you imagine being Marvin Sr. right now? He's in a hard enough spot that's not fun for anybody. No matter how he got there, what the case be. He's in a bad spot. She calls this man at night to tell him that his biological son passed away, or maybe passed away. They don't know for sure, but they saw a post. So even though the post didn't exist, can you imagine being that man? You have a man who's already incarcerated, dealing with shit. And I'm sure if you watch any documentaries, it's stressful in that environment. Then you put this on this man's shoulders, all because of a rumor, because you wanted attention and content. Wynette and Marvin Sr., if there's any possibility that you ever see this video, if you can do anything for yourselves, it's stop contacting and talking to them. They're doing nothing but hurting you. They don't care.
Well, you guys, your family knows that you always have us. I go, but I do believe that she is going to take control and cremate him. I go,
why would she tell that man that? Why would she even go there? First of all, again, it's none of our business if that's their decision. But why is she trying to put that in his head? Trying to up the emotional pull, get the family worked up, upset, angry, lashing out. Who does it benefit? Molly.
She plays games, and I don't think that it's a coincidence that she put out that channel. And I had been making those videos, going over them.
She's referring to the missing puzzle pieces, which has been up and going for months. They didn't just put it out. It's not Dre's. Come on. We've talked about that channel for a long time. It's been out there. It's not a coincidence that Molly started using those videos to amp the story up in the last couple weeks. We've gone over how it was all set up. We've talked about how those videos were intentional for something. We weren't exactly sure which direction they were headed. It was bad enough that they talked about celebrating the man's birthday when, in his beliefs, he doesn't celebrate them. They were first going to do that. Secondly, they decided against that and went with the death hoax. This has all been a setup.
She's been doing damage control.
Dre is not the one doing damage control. That's Molly.
But just remember that when he was taken from that shed, they have his blood. Why do you think?
Why would you say all of this? First of all, they've had his blood for months. The incident happened May 23rd, 2022. It is November 5th. The filming of this was November 3rd. There was no need for her to go here. They would have already tested it. They would have already had all of this stuff. This has been a thing. But they're trying to, again, pull on emotions. Like she has some information that this is all going to happen. And this is all what they're doing. Exactly.
She's putting out all of these videos of how he consented to this lifestyle, how he wanted the cray,
She's
how he
building her
wanted
case.
this.
You can ask around. Anybody that knew them, was close to them, will tell you the same thing. He absolutely was a part of this and making decisions on his own behalf. It's not just in the videos of him speaking. People loved them. They know them. She's had a big following that was very close to her for quite some time. These aren't lies that are being put out here to cover Dre's ass. They're truths about Marvon's life from Marvon.
This.
She's making her case.
She's trying.
Making her case for what? 0 charges have been filed whatsoever. Again, this isn't a case or a story. They made it into that.
She'll never fool me. She will never fool me.
No.
Just like you'll never fool me, Molly, and I'm not going away. You can try to dox me. You can try to send your little buddies after me. And just like you're doing today, my inbox is blowing up. All the drama's starting again. Comments are going crazy. All of the nonsense that you do. You won't acknowledge me, but you send your little buddies to try and stir mess. Well, guess what? I have no interest for your fucking drama. Dox me all you want. That's fine. You can play that game. You can go into my real life. You can touch all of it you want. I'll just handle it and we'll go on. It's not going away. The shady shit you do does not cover up you harming families over and over and over again. And if you want to drag me through the mud, try to tell everybody about my life, do all this stuff, go for it. But I'm going to still stand here and tell you the truth about what you've done to harm other families. And I'm not alone. Many of us are fed up. This was the lowest of lows humanly possible. Life and death is not a joke.
And
because regardless whether he did this or not, I feel like he wouldn't have been in this position.
she's trying. But the thing is just remember, if you look at these videos really carefully, she tries really hard to prove how much they were in love. But
she does show the love in their videos. Absolutely. You can see the way she talks about him. You can see the way he talks about her. It's none of our business. And Molly's so envious of that relationship because Molly sits here and tries to tell everybody about this perfect, wonderful relationship that she has of her own. And it's obviously crumbling. It's not what she makes it out to be. That's why she justifies it nonstop. So it chaps her ass that another man loves his wife the way Marvon loves Dre, and that Dre loves Marvon the way she does. Molly is envious of that.
Contraire. If they were so in love, how is the best option to hang yourself?
Exactly.
You insensitive, evil bitch. That's all I have to say about that, because you all know I'm going to lose it when it comes to talk like that. How dare you, Molly? That's your line that you like to say. Somebody that struggles with mental illness as severely as you do, to mock anything like this is disgusting.
So your point is moot, in my opinion. Listen, Dre McCray thinks I'm public enemy number one.
I don't think she thinks that. I don't think she thinks of you at all. You guys, hold on. I got to let my dog out for a minute. I'm going to play this for a second.
Why? Why does she hate me so much? I remember seeing the text message where I was at the airport. I got back from Chicago, where she said, she basically said, I'll never trust you because you were talking to Molly, me and Justin. She basically said,
oops, this is when that's me. I had my phone on. We never saw the text messages ever that named her or said anything about it. She said this herself, but there was no proof of that ever. Sorry, y'all. My dog's going to bark because my other half just got home.
She does not like me. These people, all these people that are out there doing wrong and doing bad things. Oh.
It's not about her, but she's pushing for a reaction. She wants a reaction from Dre so badly. She is like going to push every button and try to continue to provoke a reaction from her.
Holy shit.
Y'all stop lying.
Everyone that's doing bad shit. There's television. Holy shit. Everyone that's doing bad things, right? Why are they so scared of me? Why is this?
Nobody's scared of you, period, point blank. Nobody's scared of you. And that's the fact. The only people that are scared of you are the ones in your own crew who you have put up on a chopping block.
Nobody protected him.
But I'm public enemy number one.
And
right?
she's still doing the job.
No, again, you're not public enemy number one. You don't get that title.
Clear sign of drugs.
Oh yeah. Clear sign.
Yeah, I took a diet pill today. And I've been jumping off the freaking wall. I took a diet.
Sorry, y'all. Other half just walked in the door. She took a diet pill and isn't making excuses because people started making comments about her jaw. That's what's going on. She brings that up because she's trying to cover up that fact. But again, pay attention because she knocks Dre about her diet coming up too. But yet it's okay for her to just to take diet pills, all this other stuff.
We did meet Miss Wynette today.
This is later on in the evening when they get back to the apartment. Same day, later on when they get back to the apartment. And it continues.
Came out to the protest. She got to meet.
So she starts off with, at the protest, Wynette came. We saw that. Here we go. It gets so much worse.
The Bullhorn Betty and
Blowhorn Betty. First of all, I have the hardest time saying that name all at once. It's terrible and it just comes out blowhard. But anyways, Wynette didn't even know who these people were. It was a photo opportunity. They brought her out to the protest for a photo op. That was the first thing she was concerned about.
Mallory, ICU. We all got to meet her. And little Miss Sassy.
Sassy didn't like her.
And we found out hours later that Dre McCrae went into her Slay group and announced that Marvon passed away.
And again, not confirmed, but she's continuing on with this as no facts. But they called Wynette and told her this, and then they're going to continue with their story back at the house, right? They told the family all of this information, and then she's announcing it once again on their live, like no big deal. And then Slay, it's such a serious situation, and she's still mocking the whole entire situation.
And guess what? I guess I'm guessing Miss Letitia knew. She never told us.
We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know for sure, but Miss Wynette did.
She says Miss Letitia didn't tell them. That confirms that Letitia and them have not been communicating. But secondly, she'll go on. So keep that in the back of your mind and watch her reaction when she talks about Letitia.
No, and neither did Mr. McCrae.
So Mrs. Jackson sent this to me earlier. She said, I spoke with Marvon Jr.'s nurse in Tucson. She said she's sorry to hear about Marvon Jr.
So they allege that after telling Wynette texted the nurse that she had met when she was, I'm assuming it's the same nurse that she met when she was out there in June. That's the only nurse we've heard them talk about. That's the only nurse that they would have potentially met. Again, that nurse was from the VA hospital. Marvon had not been in the VA facilities since the end of June. So you mean to tell me that this nurse randomly knows information? What she texted back was, I'm sorry to hear about Marvon Jr. Wynette probably had left her a message, called her, texted her, and said, hey, we're hearing that Marvon passed away. And she probably responded with, I'm sorry to hear about Marvon. That would make sense because a nurse that works for the VA isn't going to risk her entire career and break all those laws. Secondly, he hasn't been in their facility for months.
I betcha, God rest his soul, I bet you $1 million that he's already cremated. I bet you he's already cremated, isn't he?
I bet he's already cremated, isn't he? Again, right back to the same line. Same day, she said it earlier. She said this numerous times. She continues to put that out there and amp up the emotion. Like, this is what's happening.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. The timing of those videos.
The timing of those videos were Molly's trick. Those videos have been out and up. That page has been going. Molly is the one that set this up. Nobody else.
Coming out with all that damage control, right?
Only one doing
Yeah.
damage control is them.
The damage control that she's been doing.
We knew.
What damage control has she been doing? She's been off social media. And this is damage control. The only people that are doing damage control are Justin and Molly and the rest of their misinformation cronies. Or they should be doing some corrections and clarifications if they were decent human beings. But we all know that that's not going to happen.
We knew a couple weeks ago that he coded, but we couldn't say anything.
So we were told a couple of weeks ago that they couldn't find out any information about Marvon or Marvon's location, that they had absolutely no verified information and couldn't get that information because Dre was not talking to anybody. Now, Spanky is clarifying and saying that he knows for a fact that he coded. And that happened a couple of weeks ago, but they couldn't tell anybody. But a couple of weeks ago, they were telling us they had no information on his location or how he was doing. So which lie is it? Which one are you going to stick to?
And now
they got him back, but now
so they were able to find out that he coded. They had enough information to find out he coded and they got him back, but they cannot accurately find out if this was fact or rumor. Can anybody make that make sense? Anybody? Because it doesn't. So here they're claiming that they had information on his condition a couple weeks ago. Now they're using a Patreon's words about a fake post that never existed. Okay.
it's really tough.
Yeah, you know what's really tough? Is knowing that Raza is in her care by himself.
How would they know that? Also, they wouldn't unless they were stalking her. And he's obviously not alone. He's got siblings. But this is, again, trying to pull on the emotions of everybody.
With her. Right? She's trying real hard to convince the world that they were so in love. Contraire.
Same exact lines she used earlier.
A guy that much in love doesn't say the only option is this. No.
Same exact scumbag thing she said earlier. Did they write this script out? Is this a scripted thing that they wrote out their lies? Do they write their lies out and she just sticks to them because she said the exact same things multiple times? I mean, it might be that everything else going on, but seems interesting to me that she can't ever tell a story straight, but she's got the same lines that she repeats over and over.
Now, you don't get to play both sides, sweetheart. You're not that smart. We know. Is that why you hate me so much? Is that why I'm public enemy number one, sister?
Okay, I have to say this, but does anybody else feel really awkward watching her have a standoff with a phone? She's like trying to be aggressive with the phone and intimidating with the phone. She's looking at a freaking phone. She's looking at her reflection in a phone, acting like Billy Badass. Who are you scaring? Because nobody is scared of shit like that. You're trying to act like you're tough and you're intimidating Dre again, trying to provoke anger and a reaction. It's not working. This part of it, your behavior is laughable. What you did here is disgusting. Carol, it is.
Breaks my fucking heart. That poor little boy. That poor little boy. How did you tell him? Did you record that?
She is so sick that she goes there. She has no compassion whatsoever. Zero, zilch, no compassion. And once again, tries to use the minors as an emotional pull to her audience to heat them up.
Did you record that? Yeah?
Probably.
Yeah? Miss Wynette told me today, Marissa, I want to show you some videos from the hospital. Yeah? Got videos. We both have videos.
You notice her little head bob look at Justin like, are you going to say yes or no to this one? We know that there's been videos a few of them released. They've mentioned this numerous times that they had videos. I mean, I don't know what she's trying to prove by having videos of him being in the hospital. But if you remember also, they were telling everybody that they could not take their phones in, that, well, Letitia was restricted, all of this other stuff during that time. And now they're admitting all of this other stuff. Right.
Yes,
No.
it's true. They got to see him before he died. The parents got to see him before he died.
This is a little confusing if you watched the setup with Elle, because Elle must have went off script, because Elle said that they got Mr. Marvin and Letitia got to see him, but Wynette didn't. Molly says they got to see him before he passed. I don't know what they're referencing here. What we know as fact is that Marvin Sr. and Wynette were able to visit at the end of June, well, mid to end of June, and Letitia was able to visit the middle of July. We know that those two trips were confirmed, that they were there to visit. I have no proof whatsoever to support that there was a second trip by either of them. And we do know now that this was all fabricated. Nothing was based on facts.
And Dre did everything that she could to keep his family away from him.
That includes allowing them to see him. They were allowed to see him. Marvin Sr. and Wynette went from the 18th of June till about the 26th. They were allowed to visit him. Granted, it was more because of the situation, but it was due to all of the emotional crap that was happening on social media to begin with. And then Letitia was able to see him. We were told that there was a legal binding agreement. A legal, what was it called? A court order. That's what they called it. A court order that allowed Letitia visitation to Marvin. And that in that order that she was able to visit him. There was still restrictions and all this other stuff. But as time went on, we realized that it was more than likely just an agreement, because nothing has ever been filed in the courts whatsoever. So there was obviously some sort of agreement allowing Letitia to see him. She left Georgia about the 16th of July. She got home, I think, like the 25th or 26th back to Georgia. We have no knowledge of a second trip or anything. This was just part of their story. Elle took it a bit further in her stream, announcing information about this, and said specifically that they were allowed to visit one more time. Marvin Sr. and Letitia were able to visit, but they were the only two allowed. That has not been proven. There is no facts behind that whatsoever.
This is the sick freaking world that we live in. And now that poor baby Raza is stuck with her. Sickening, huh?
The only thing sickening is her behavior and what they're doing. Again, they don't even have confirmation, and they're continuing on with this show.
Yeah, we were really praying for him. We loved him.
We loved him. Again, speaking as in past tense. She loves to do that.
We loved him a lot.
Absolutely.
She don't even love herself. Let's be honest.
We prayed for him every day. Not a day went by that I didn't
So
think
many
about him.
people prayed for him.
And a lot of trouble came out of that fucking case.
A lot of trouble came out of that case. First of all, it's not a case. There is no case. Secondly, the trouble that came out of this story is me and the rest of us that are calling you out on your bullshit and holding your ass to the fire. That's the trouble, because we were able to pick your story apart bit by bit and base it on facts. And we have called this before every move has been made. We have said this is something that we expect to happen. We've been off on something. I never expected them to do this. I'll be the first to say it. We knew something was amping up, and for some reason, we weren't sure. But this is more disgusting than anything they've ever done.
A lot of trouble. And it all started from one fucking person.
Notice where she's going again? One person. Who do you think she's going to try to go back and blame for this? Oh, wait, she's not doing that. Her little cronies are. EKC. If you notice comments, she even tried to blame Katie for some of this. These people are nonstop ridiculous and full of misinformation. Oh,
another person whose ego was bruised, right?
The only one with a bruised ego is you, because this isn't about a bruised ego or your dislike of other creators. You're talking about a man's life, and you're so careless. You got to blame everybody else for your BS.
Text Andra and tell
I got it.
tell her to tell Olivia that I'm live and not to. I need a straw. Where's that thing?
Don't interrupt her stream again. Justin is sent off, ushered off like the good helper. I don't know what you would call him, even sidekick. I don't know. She bosses him around. Go take care of making sure that they don't call me and interrupt my live because I'm so important.
Look what he bought.
Oh, Britt is
what?
It's full of ice.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so obnoxious. Look what he bought me. He's such a heifer. Yeah. Really? Really? This is obnoxious.
He's so out of it. Even close the cup. I don't know what's going on in the comments, but bye, young granny. I don't know what's going on. She's so out of it, though. She can't even concentrate, and she's announcing that somebody has passed away. That's how much she cares. Just watch how her behavior and how everything breaks down.
Started with Andrea. Fucking diet. Fucking vegan alkaline diet. Get the fuck out of here.
Again, we just heard her admit to taking diet pills, and we know that she's been doing all these other things, but she has an issue with their choices of a lifestyle. None of her business, but she's pissed off about their choices in their lifestyle. Make it make sense.
Still lose fucking weight. Vegan alkaline diet. Puts her fucking kids on it too. I'll hold that bitch for another day. I don't have time for her.
She don't got time for her, but she's been running her mouth and announced that he passed. Again, it's about her obsession with Dre, and she's just using Marvin as a way to get under her skin. She don't care about anything to do with this man's life.
We set up a lot of nights, yeah, you know. I'm drinking a Coke Zero. I just read. I know he bought this from, oh my God.
She is literally, look at her. She can barely concentrate on what's happening, but she's, again, this was their big story. She has zero compassion.
Am I going to Yuma? No, I'm going to Key West.
Isn't it interesting how, isn't the title of one of her videos that she just put out last night or today, I might be going to Yuma? Isn't that ironic?
I know the thing is, he was just even keeping up with his house mess. Yeah, Von McCrae. According to the fan club, Slay with Dre McCrae, supposedly she put that out.
Which again, not factual, but they already announced it as fact. And they're carrying on, have been. We've seen numerous clips now of how this has gone. It just gets worse though. We're not even halfway through.
Yeah, don't talk about these junkie channels that aren't even here to see what's really going on. Because you want to know something? They said that Bullhorn Betty was exaggerating what she was saying. They said that she was overstimulating everything that was going on, and I saw it with my own eyes.
She saw the exaggeration with her own eyes. They exaggerate everything. Everything's a show. Everything's inflamed. Everything's for an emotional pull. You guys know it as well as I do.
Vaughn was another case, Molly. Yeah, Vaughn was a Marine and totally controlled by his crazy ass wife, very controlling wife, and it ended up in nothing but trouble.
Nothing but trouble because of you guys. All of this was a setup all along. Granted, it was a perfect storm of people mixing together, but it should have never gotten here. You helped make it what it is, and it has been horrific.
Can you please confirm the passing of Vaughn? Well, this is what.
Well,
Okay.
Letitia knows.
Okay, well, this is what.
Notice how she says Letitia knows. Well, Letitia knows. Watch how she's doing this.
Mrs. Jackson said, verbatim. Let me find it. I just spoke with Marvon Jr.'s nurse in Tucson. She said she's sorry to hear about Marvon Jr.
We looked for, what was it, 3 nights ago? Heels was digging into death certificates just out of the blue because there was like these rumors. But then Dre McCrae, I'm not in her fan club. I wouldn't give her $10 if it was donated to me.
Notice how she claims that they were digging into this nights before they were supposedly in Georgia. And she says, again, Heels, which is their AKA Heels on the Ground, which is a bunch of shit show, horrible investigators like Jonathan Lee Riches and her little misinformation cronies, including the extreme anti-caters. That's who that is and a part of. They are terrible at what they do, and their goal and mission is to just dox everybody. That's what they do.
I don't respect her. If I don't like you, I'm not giving you anything.
Nobody wants your respect. You don't respect yourself.
I thought Letitia didn't know where he was.
Justin's reading comments. Pay attention. Sorry, I say that a lot, but I know what parts are important.
Well, she paid for a lawyer. She should know where he was.
She paid for a lawyer. She should know where he is now. What did you just say, Molly? But there's not an attorney. Is there, Molly? Or you have no clue if...
Just not right.
Dre caused it, in my opinion, too, Doggy. Regardless whether this was accident or intentional or by his own accord.
He said the same fucking thing in the car, y'all. It's creepy how they repeat the same thing, like it's a written script.
How the fuck are we supposed to know? I haven't seen any reports. I'm just going by what was everyone saying. I know. Dre's telling her fan club. Now, let me tell you something. If Dre's lying and he's still alive.
Dre's not the one lying, Molly. You are. You and your Patreon. So again, I'm going to say it one more time. Either you want to do the Patreon picking of who is going to get the blame for this and be truthful about it, or we'll just put out the facts. You can do the picking. I'll let you see. We'll wait and see how you decide to handle it. Because what you should do is, if that happened and somebody fed you misinformation about such a serious thing, you should be blasting those text messages, because that person absolutely created madness. Except I don't really think that that's how it went down. I'm pretty sure you had a plan with these Patreons to set this up, didn't you? Be me too.
I mean, don't you think it's kind of weird that she's putting out all these videos about how much they were in love?
Nope,
Yes,
I don't
And all
think
this
so at
weird
all.
shit, right? No, I don't find it weird. Didn't you think something was up?
Only person that we've thought something was up with was you, because those videos existed. They've been out there. You're the one that took the opportunity to try and twist those videos into something, cooking up this setup. You guys are so obvious. It's disgusting.
Didn't you see the videos I put out that I started? And people are leaving these comments saying this is an old video, and I'm like, hey, idiot. Watch the video.
She made an apology video saying, I didn't know these were old videos. Anybody remember that? Anybody else remember that? Exactly, Britt. Yeah, she didn't pay for that. Because, again, interesting how this all goes back.
I'm speaking over it. She's putting notes in it. It was all damage control.
It's been out there, y'all. Missing Puzzle Pieces does great work. We've been talking about them for months. Molly just decided, oh, look at here. I've got an opportunity. PVO.
Can't you see what she's doing? She's kind of setting up her defense.
Yep.
That's all it is.
She ain't set. If she's setting up her defense, if that's what you think is going on, I think you need to be the one setting up your defense, because you have profited off of nothing but fabricated stories of a man his entire life. You have defamed, slandered everything, his wife and family, over and over and over again. If anybody is going to need a defense, I think it's you. That's my opinion, though.
Why do you think she hates me so much?
Because of what you say about her family?
I'm going blind. Give the man a heart attack.
Of course, she's got to have some sort of medical.
Poor Roz is right. Now I'm really super duper worried about him.
Night, Christina.
The girls, not so much. They're a little older.
Make that make sense to me, y'all. Make that make sense. She's concerned about one child and not the other. If there was something to be concerned about, you would be concerned about all of them. So what that confirms to me is her only interest is in him, because that's the only direct blood connection to him. That's the only ploy she can use with the family in that direction. That's what she's saying, even though he's got 3 children that he loved and cared about very much. But again, I will say it again. If there was something to be concerned about, you would be concerned about all 3 of them, not just one. That makes no sense. Therefore, once again, confirming that she knows there's nothing to be concerned about.
What is this shit? You all need Jesus? I'm gonna pray for you all. How about you keep your prayers and pray for yourself, sister?
How about you pray for the child?
I'm doing God's work.
I'm doing God's work. I'll let you guys react to that for a minute because I'm sure some of you missed that line. She's doing God's work. Tell me in the comments if you think she's doing God's work. Is this God's work? And who appointed her God? Because she's only doing this for her own benefit. This is self-serving. That's exactly B. Yeah. Freaking, I just, the things that come out of her mouth. God's work. What? Announcing that somebody passed away on social media without confirmed facts is God's work. Okay, that's what we're at. Give me a second. I gotta let this ding dog out again.
First day. Wait, what? I'm sorry that I'm blind. Betty said that Letitia didn't tell you guys. No, she didn't. No.
She didn't tell anybody.
I don't think she told anyone.
Anybody.
Y'all, you don't even have to believe in God to know that she's not doing God's work. And that doesn't matter what God you believe in, what beliefs you have, anything. This is not God's work. Any God, no God, anything. Like, I don't care about that. I'm just saying she is not doing God's work by doing this. There's no God, in my opinion, that would. But we're not going to go there. Okay. I was just saying, though.
Didn't tell Marvon Sr. I know that.
Letitia didn't tell Marvon Sr. They're saying she knew, but she didn't tell Marvon Sr. Tell me again, this isn't an intentional setup against Letitia.
That's the truth. I mean, if she didn't tell Marvon Sr., she obviously didn't tell anybody else.
I don't know what to think of that.
Think of what? There was nothing. Why would there be anything? They don't communicate. That's been the whole story. We all know that. You have tried to lie about that and say that they communicate. Again, if Letitia had an attorney and there was a court order like you claim, why did you do this? Why did you have to go through all this? You didn't. You made the choice to do it.
You wanted to talk to a YouTuber and you chose the biggest lowlife on YouTube?
She's talking about, this is where she switches to Billy Joe, but listen to who she brings up. And you wonder why the antis are still involved.
Biggest snake on YouTube? Are you fucking kidding me? You might as well have talked to fucking that freaking KJ asshole. Mm-hmm. She'll sell you to the fucking gypsies for $1.50. I told you they make me sick too.
Isn't it ironic how this is probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen anybody do in my time on social media to another family? But they're, again, you know, everybody else is so much worse than them.
Did you say so we can agree that Letitia's not a real victim?
You notice how at first she acts like, oh my gosh, like, I would love to see what she's looking at Justin right now for.
What?
Where do you get this?
How the hell?
You, Molly. That's where they're getting it. Your statements.
Letitia is a victim.
Molly can't even say it. Molly won't even confirm that she is or isn't because Molly is setting it up that way. Spanky over there goes along with, his story, but they're absolutely terrible actors. 100% Miss Lee.
Yes.
The woman just lost her son.
Leave her alone.
The woman just lost her son. Can you fucking lay off?
The only person that needs to lay off is you. Because if you stopped putting lies out over and over again, there would be nothing for the rest of us to talk about. But you won't stop. You won't stop for a moment and realize that you're the one causing this family issues. You announced that he passed away on social media without having any basis for that claim. And beyond that, you have no freaking right. I guarantee they didn't ask you to announce this because they didn't even know. You called them and told them.
For just a couple of days, can you just lay off? What kind of person are you? And they still go after her.
We haven't even been talking about Letitia over here in a
Ruthless people.
She gets mentioned here and there, but it's not been about her. Molly's pissed because she hasn't been communicating with Molly. And Molly tries to make it out that everybody else is attacking Letitia when it's Molly and Molly's crew that are doing this to Letitia.
My voice.
And that's a fact.
Are they having a funeral for Vaughn? Are you kidding me? You think that she would have a funeral?
Well, this makes me so freaking mad.
You really think that Dre would have a funeral for his family? Never. There's a better chance of me filling in for Victoria Beckham in the next Spice Girls reunion than there is for Dre McRae having a funeral for his family and friends to say goodbye. I bet you $1 million he's already cremated.
Where's that $1 million at, Molly? Where's the $1 million at? And why do you keep saying that? Over and over and over and over again, you keep saying the same thing with no factual backup whatsoever. You're just trying to heat everybody up and enrage everybody again. That's why you keep doing that. That's it. That's all. And it's none of your business. Again, that is none of your business what they decided for their life plan. It's none of our business what you decide to do. But you try to act like you have some sort of say in their life. They're strangers to all of us. Well, some of you know them. But Molly doesn't. Molly's no different than me. And this is what she continues to do. I agree.
Vaughn, exactly. You want to know something free to be? That's exactly what Justin said in the car. I was wiping my tears and he said,
I haven't seen her shed one tear over this entire situation. And we all know her well enough that if she's going to cry, she's going to do it on camera for a reaction. We've all watched that happen. So there's no way if she was crying in the car that she wasn't streaming herself doing it. So bullshit. Don't buy it.
Said, you know what, Maris? Now Vaughn is truly free. And I said, I feel so bad for that baby Raza. Because
and again, right back to bringing the kids into it.
She's always going to resent him. And my God, when that camera's not rolling, Think about Marvan's parents. When are they going to see their grandson? Never. Never going to see him. And for that person that came in and said, oh, are they going to have a funeral? Come on.
Why should they see him now? He's 7 years old and they never made an effort before. Marvon Sr., I think, admitted that he's seen him one time. Letitia's never met him. So why should that be your concern, Molly? They had a choice and they chose not to see him all of those years. So why now are you supposed to advocate for that? They didn't advocate for that themselves.
Don't ever over expect anything from people, because then you'll never be disappointed.
Amethyst, I agree. Don't ever expect anything from somebody. You won't be disappointed. Thankfully, none of us are really disappointed in you, Molly, because, well, actually, I will say that this is lower than I thought possible anybody could go, but people are seeing what you're capable of, and this will not go away. People will continue to know and hear about who you actually are and what you do to families.
All right, guys.
Oh, Miss Lee, sorry too.
I'm gonna jump in the shower.
But,
and then I'm gonna put on the War of the Worlds. I got the red one.
Shopaholic.
Oh, you got the red cup.
She's so zooted too. And I could care less what anybody does there. Let me be clear. I don't care what you do for recreational habits. I'm not shaming anybody whatsoever. She's obviously suffering, but she has the audacity to sit here and call other people junkies, talk about their drug habits, all of these other things while she's talking about such a serious issue. That's my problem with it. At least sober up enough to talk about a situation like this while you're sober. Even though this was all false to begin with, still have enough respect to do that. And that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, he passed away. Keep his family in his prayers. Keep his son in your prayers. He went, Marvon McRae, mark my words, he got a first-class ticket straight up. Right into heaven he went.
So, again, she's stating this as a fact that he went, not if this is you guys hear it. I don't even need to say
straight up. Straight up. And when I say that, I believe it. He went straight up to heaven. There is no way.
Sorry, all this. I get so disgusted with this stuff.
He went straight up.
Hear it from what I've heard, yes. But I don't know.
We're not going to forget about him. His father, you should have heard his father on the phone. So what am I going to do?
Can you, again, imagine being in his shoes. Imagine how he felt. I can't even imagine.
So what am I going to do, Molly?
The emotional roller coaster she has put them on for no benefit but her own. Everything's an act. While her boobs are hanging out. I can't. She doesn't do this while she's at home, but the entire time. Oh, here's the fake pout. LG, me too. I have that anybody chew thing. She pretends that she's so affected by this. She does the fake pout, oh, poor her.
I know. I'm devastated over Marlon too. But you want to know something? He had it really rough with that girl. He had it really rough with him. And I'll tell you what.
No, please stop telling me.
He turned his head away from Dre. He turned his head in the bed towards his mother.
Does anybody remember this? Anybody remember that? She's mixing two different stories. There was a video of Dre holding the phone with his great-grandmother, his adoptive mom, who he refers to as mom. And I think there was some movement where he leaned towards the phone. And then there's also video of him leaning into Dre. Now, we heard Letitia say, I think that he had some movement when she was there too. But what she's trying to make this out to be is not factual. She's, again, putting multiple stories together. Just for
There's more videos. There's more videos of him in the hospital.
And again, if she releases those videos or the family gives her those videos to release, they're even more disgusting than I thought to begin with. Because why on earth would a YouTube creator need videos of a man in the hospital in a coma? This is so far beyond okay. It's just I can't even think of the words to say anymore. Like, I'm so angry. I'm so angry for these people, for this family. It's just disgusting.
Remember I told you some of the things that Dre was saying weren't lies?
Some of the things Dre was saying were not lies, but she won't clarify, even though it's been mostly not lies. And Molly just wants to throw some stuff in there and not be truthful once again. Good question, Amethyst. How are there?
Tomorrow we'll be back with some more fuckery from.
This isn't fuckery. This is a man's life. This is not fuckery like all of your other bullshit.
Grandma's gonna wake up with a big fucking headache.
Yeah, they're gonna go scream at an empty house again, yell curse words, do hysterical heckling like a hyena. Absolutely. They did nothing to help that little boy either. But they didn't go down there for Quentin Simon. They went down there to muddy Marvan's story even more. And here is the instant pictures. You want me to go back to that? Oh, hold on. Where'd it go?
Up with a big fucking headache.
Hold on. I'll pause it on this. So she instantly goes to Facebook, which she hates Facebook, and makes a post. She puts, "Fly high, Marvan. You are so loved." And a picture of a painting that somebody sent her, and then a picture of her and Wynette. Now tell me that those weren't intentionally photo opt. There's another one too. Hey, Monroe. Pay attention to the
I
audio.
feel really bad for those dogs. They took all the caution tape.
This is the following morning, the next morning after that live, and watch what happens. So when that live ends, comments start asking, is there confirmation? Where's this post? Is there a screenshot of this post? People wanted verification, right? Rightfully so. Magically, the next morning, while Justin and Molly are out protesting, as they called it, Justin's streaming and magically gets a comment, which I think it's a super chat. I'm not sure if it's a super chat or a super sticker, one of the two, and you'll see this. But this all plays out. Next morning, the story continues.
Take down and made sure.
Oh, sorry, I was going to do it there. I always do it before.
She's cussing at somebody.
I need to stop building my breaks in.
Let me try this.
Spanky is a horrible cameraman.
Justin, thank you so much. Hey, Marissa, SNBC 13 is confirming Vaughn passed away.
SNBC 13 is confirming that Vaughn passed away. He's not paying attention to comments at all before that. Randomly, Jill pops up and says that it's confirmed by SNBC. I wonder who Jill is. And I wonder why they didn't go, what's SNBC 13? No thought whatsoever. He just yells out to Molly, hey, this is confirmed. Off a $2 super chat or super sticker, whatever the hell this thing is, from Jill. Jill, I'm going to be watching for you. Because it's convenient that that article had just gone up. You can hear Molly. Don't worry, I have that clip too.
Baby killer lives here. Baby killer lives here. If anyone can block it. Oh, he can't block it. You need to have.
He's got to go on down.
Justin's view of this morning. We'll see Molly's view coming up now. I told you I was trying to get him.
Does she have a channel? Yeah.
Listen to what he says about this lady.
Or did she just have a meth lab in her car?
Haley. That's true.
Probably.
They're laughing about somebody else possibly having a meth lab. He just made a statement that somebody confirmed the passing, and they go right back into laughing about stuff.
Probably just the meth lab.
I know. I wish you could find the button.
Huh?
Molly's is just diet pills.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably thinking, how can I go take off with that car they think is in there? Here's the other post that she made the same day. She announced it twice, not just once, twice. She made 2 posts on her Facebook profile. This is blow horns. That's why it's altered. Listen to Molly.
Tweaking.
I don't care about anybody tweaking because Molly's tweaking.
Tweaking. That's some sick stuff right there.
Did we just have NBC 13 confirm that Marvon McRae has passed away? If you could pass that on, can somebody?
Baby killer lives here.
If you can pass that on, first of all, he said SNBC 13. She says NBC 13. Now, big difference, big difference. And then ask, can you pass that on? No verification. They didn't go look at the site, nothing. That tells me that they knew about this site and this was an intentional setup that somebody commented, sent $2 with it so they would read the comment. Then they had verification of their story, right? Tell me that isn't exactly what this is. How else would this have gone down? It wouldn't have. That article would have been out days before because the rumors started days before, right?
Here. Baby killer lives here.
If anyone can go over,
That's true.
can we,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, he
Marvon
has-
passed away.
Oh, he can't block that. They need to have
Oh,
be
right.
able to see both ways when they're pulling out. So he needs to probably park right there, but he can't block this driveway because
And right on they go. Just move it on. She announces it.
they don't care about anything.
Just tell me there's no fucking.
This is a few hours later, again, from Justin's stream. Listen to what Molly says. Some of you have already seen this clip. Rabbit had this in one of her videos also. But this is the same day later on.
You go to Gaia on this motherfucker.
No, but I can tell you
Bring this to the front door.
that a news outlet did confirm Vaughn's death.
Yes, they know. I sent it to Wynette.
A news outlet. Tell me that they weren't banking on having a news outlet to say verified this. Not intentional.
I found out a couple of hours ago about Vaughn. I gave everybody the link. A lot of people were telling me that I was messed up for saying it on my own Molly Golightly page.
Yep.
That I was a horrible person.
You are.
I
Yeah,
put it on
I
my
put
own
it last
Facebook.
night.
They said I was horrible.
You are.
You want to know something? I'm not horrible.
Oh.
Miss Wynette got a text saying she was from the nurse in Arizona after I told Wynette.
After. Listen again. After she said.
Sadly, I broke the news to Mr. Marvon and Wynette.
I broke the fabricated news to Wynette and Marvon. That's what she's saying. I paraphrased her statement, but she is basically confirming again. Well, she is confirming that she's the one that told them. She said a couple hours ago, she was telling everybody the night before. But then magically an article pops up to confirm their theories.
A couple of hours after we were all together. Letitia knew first and didn't tell anybody.
Letitia knew first and didn't tell anybody. Again, sticking it to Letitia.
She didn't tell anyone. Not even Mr. Marvon or Wynette.
She knew. Yeah. Somebody said.
Justin says she knew, and it continues.
She did.
She didn't know?
When someone sent a super chat last night and said she didn't know.
Somebody sent a super chat in their stream and said that Letitia didn't know. She found out via the Facebook post. Justin saying, oh, she knew. She knew. That was basically irrelevant. What is it?
In our chat room, but she had to because we called Mrs. Jackson and Mrs. Jackson called her, so it couldn't have went like that.
I couldn't have went like that. They called Wynette. Why didn't they call Letitia? Molly, make that make sense. Why didn't you call Letitia? I thought you guys were so close. You talk to her all the time. Everything's on the up and up.
I don't know. I don't know. As far as I know, Miss Letitia's on vacation. As far as I know, I didn't get to see Letitia. Guess what? What we got? That's all I know. I'll take.
Letitia's on vacation. She didn't get to see Letitia. Letitia already knew, but that's all she knows. And none of that is truthful.
I'll take some spinach.
You take some spinach, I'll take a quesadilla. It all looks good. No shit.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane.
Like they just
Pepperoni pizza.
throw a bunch more shit out there.
Domino's pizza.
She just continues to run her mouth, but then she instantly, instead of like being, I don't know, I don't even know what I expect anymore, but she has zero empathy whatsoever. She just right back to stuff in her face.
Everything, all the
Same day, later in the day.
streets are one way. Oh, you got a picture of Marvon?
Miss Jackson keeps calling.
Miss Jackson keeps calling.
Over and over and over.
I think.
Over and over and over.
All right.
Hold on, guys, 1 second. I'm going to answer Miss.
He says, just 1 second, I'm going to answer Miss Wynette. Look at how annoyed Molly is by this. They announced publicly that Marvon had passed away without verification of anything. They announced it everywhere. And Wynette's been calling them over and over and over again, and they've been ignoring her.
Jackson.
Listen, I called Miss Jackson in the middle of the night, and I was crying my eyes out. And people were telling me I was a piece of shit last night, sending me messages. Hi, Miss Jackson, are you okay?
Where y'all at the protest?
No, we left.
Dolly got arrested. We're live right now.
Why did Dolly get arrested? Who is Dolly?
Dolly's,
He's another YouTuber.
Oh, the lady that was out there with us yesterday?
No,
No,
it's a
the guy.
It's a guy. He wasn't there yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, well, he went on her property?
No, it's a long story.
It's a long story. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay?
We're just getting in Savannah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to meet?
She doesn't even let her talk. She just talks over her because she's worried about what she's going to say. I have a feeling because they are streaming.
Just for dinner? Can we take you to dinner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will be just getting in Savannah. Where
Okay.
you,
We'll call you back in like 30 minutes.
You want to meet for dinner? We'll call you back in 30 minutes. It's more important that we're streaming right now.
It's
We'll
okay.
call you back in 30 minutes so we can meet you guys for dinner, you
Okay.
and your husband.
Love.
All right. Yeah, so
All right,
it
guys.
finally,
Sorry about that. That
it
was
made the press.
Jackson.
It made the press. It made the press. SNBC 13. Okay, let's continue. Because Pretty soon you'll see how.
Me and Justin and
same day, later that evening, after they're back to the apartment.
And all of us, we only want to be involved with people that are not lazy with this.
Not lazy with this. You know, people that make sure they don't do any research, don't fact check anything, but they don't want to be around lazy people. Granny T, I think.
The update is Dre McCray was seen today by her neighbors. I guess sweeping or cleaning up her front or the patio or something like that. Yeah.
That's stalker behavior. Tell me that's not interesting too, how she has the neighbors watching Dre during this point in time or pretending like this is what she's being told. Again, no confirmation, no nothing, but this is stalker behavior to have somebody watching Dre sweep her porch.
Yeah. It was sad. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's very sad. Dre McCray never actually called Letitia or called Wynette. Wynette called her phone 10 times.
So she's saying Dre didn't tell Letitia or Wynette, but Letitia supposedly just earlier in the day already knew. She knew the night before too. We just watched all of that. But now she's saying Dre didn't tell even her. What is it, Molly?
$20, and the timing was perfect. And at that time, Marvon and we were supposed to get together and have dinner with them, but then they switched.
They conveniently didn't have dinner with them.
Till tomorrow. And Marvon Sr. and Wynette. Wynette was crying so hard. Letitia's taking it very tough. The nurse.
Of course they would be. Of course they would be. If they thought this was real.
Nurse reached out from Arizona last night and told Wynette, I'm so sorry that Marvon passed. You know, blessings to your family.
Yeah, she talked to the nurse.
Yeah, so apparently Dre went and told her slay group. I'm not in her slay group. I'm not a fan.
I think you're her super fan, actually. I think you're beyond a fan. You're like the super fan of super fans. You stalk the woman.
But my heart goes out to, like I said, it took a few hours for it to kick in. And you want to know something? He really was too good for this world. And if he was never going to come out of it, thank you, Jonathan. If he was never going to come out of it, then I don't think that his family should live that way.
That's none of your business. Again, making assumptions based off of nothing but her own opinions and story.
The way that she treated them. I feel really, really bad for his son. I'm scared for his son.
Again,
how do you know this woman, Dre McCray, isn't one of those fucking women that like hates their baby daddy? You know how like women that have multiple children, like they hate their baby daddy so much that they like kind of abuse that child.
Actually, no. I think that happens very rarely. A lot of women have kids with multiple men. And that's not the case. You just like to try and throw shade. You were out there saying all sorts of about women having multiple baby daddies. That's none of your business. Zero, zilch, none of your business.
It's sad. And who knows if they'll ever be able to see their grandson again. And then when I spoke to Mr. Malvin,
they didn't see him before and they didn't make an effort.
On last night, he said, "What am I gonna do, Mom, Miss Molly?" And I said,
If you were smart, you would get the hell away from entertaining anything with these YouTubers.
Well, she really didn't call you? And Miss Wynette was just crying so hard. She goes, "I called her 10 times. I told her she won't even pick up the phone."
I'm sure she's sitting there thinking, how are you still entertaining this BS? I wouldn't pick it up either.
I said, please, please, please.
Mocus,
tell me it's not true. Tell me it's not true. Tell me we didn't have to find out through the internet.
No, you shouldn't have had to. You shouldn't ever have to. Granted, this is not true, but you should have never had to go through all of this. And you can thank the person right in front of your screen, Molly Golightly. That has nothing to do with anything but her and her group of cronies and misinformation. Spanky Justin is right in there with her. He's just as bad, just as dirty, just as vile as she is. And Elle, you're on that list too.
Well,
she found out, like, the nurse.
We had a feeling.
Well, a few weeks ago, which we never told anybody this because we didn't want, we were told not to tell anybody this. But
again, they're saying a couple weeks ago they found this out, but we were being told by them too, that they couldn't find anything out. The family couldn't know anything. They didn't know where he was at. They couldn't find anything out on his condition. Now Justin is telling us that a couple of weeks ago, they actually knew his condition, what was going on, but they couldn't tell they didn't tell anybody. What is it? Because they've been lying all along.
But that Vaughn, he had coded twice.
How would he know that?
Because he wasn't on any breathing machines or anything, and he had coded twice, but they got him back. And I figured it wasn't going to be too long after that, to be honest with you.
Again, no confirmation, no verification that even happened whatsoever. They're just telling a story and going with it. Absolutely zero to go on. And if anybody believes what they say, they're as crazy as them.
And then the timing of those videos that I was going over.
It's the same scripted shit. She said how many times now that we've heard her? You can't tell me that this isn't set up.
I had a feeling. So,
and she knew days ago when they started doing those videos what she was doing. She was planting this all along.
Oh,
Nancy, exactly.
We started to look for, right? We started digging for that. Or at least.
Then why didn't they tell Wynette when they got there? Why didn't they tell him beforehand? Why did they wait to do it all on camera?
You guys did. I don't know how far you guys got, because you guys are a lot better than I am.
Yeah, obviously. You suck at research. You don't even try to do it. That's the problem.
Plus, we were flipped off by the police today.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Switches it right to, we were flipped off by the police. Nobody cares. And I doubt that even happened to you.
But why are people saying that Marvin didn't die? Are you serious?
Yeah, we're serious. She's getting messages saying that this is not confirmed information, and listen to what she does.
Oh my God. There are people saying, I'm getting these messages that people are saying that Marvin didn't die. Jesus Christ, do they want to see his body?
No.
They said that about Jose too,
like
remember?
Oh, they said that about Jose, right? Jesus Christ. Leave this family alone. Enough is enough.
You're right. It is enough, Molly. And you're the only one that's doing it. You're the one that needs to leave this family alone. That's it.
These people, they stop at nothing.
Heather, they proved nothing.
No.
She says these people will stop at nothing, meaning me and the rest of us calling them out on what they're doing. This isn't us doing anything but providing the facts of how this went. Their own words, their own content, what they did. Tell me it's not scripted and set up. I can't wait to hear everybody say, you're wrong, you're wrong. They didn't mean to do any of this. Look at, she's being honest about all of it. You can't watch this in order of the clips of how it happened in that 72 hours and say that this isn't set up. And if you can.
Oh, no, we don't know what they know. But that Wynette wants me to see some videos. I'm so tired. All right, it's time for War of the Worlds and my pajamas and a quick shower. And we will see.
Let me just.
Conveniently.
Wait,
Okay.
There's more news. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I agree. Correcting his position. Yeah, he does. Amy, up. Archer's
I gotta pack my stuff. I'm out of here tomorrow night.
What's funny is she didn't leave till today.
Breaking news.
Raining, yes. No way. I hate peace. She did not. I gotta post that.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. Don't even say anything about bed bugs, motherfucker. I'll die. Where's Letitia? Is Letitia bringing Vaughn home? I mean, all I know, this is all I know. All I know is that Dre McCray had posted something in her Slay group that Marvon passed away.
No, she didn't. Again, I'm going to clarify if anybody is just popping in. There was no such post ever made. Molly has some of her Snake in the Grass Patreons in Dre's group. This was set up. If you don't believe it, go look for yourself. I know some of you guys are in there. She might have been kicked out of the group already, but one of the snakes in the grass that I've had my eyes on was in there and just recently during this whole thing joined. But she's not the only one in there. This has all been an intentional setup. I have screenshots up the wazoo. None of this just randomly happened. Just like the drama rate.
I'm not in that group. She is back in Yuma. She was seen by the neighbors today. And I got notice of that. Now,
AKA stalking her once again.
Now, I'm the one that told Wynette because I was asking.
We know.
To talk to her to see if it was true.
We know. You already admitted it.
This is Miss Jackson's text.
Okay. So now we got to show fucking receipts. Oh my God.
I just spoke with Marvon Jr.'s nurse in Tucson. She said she's very sorry to hear about Marvon Jr. Okay.
All right. That's enough. Have a good night.
Absolutely nothing about him passing away. Nothing. And again, here is this right here is Molly's community post with the link to that article. This is what she posted, and I took a screenshot or a screen record of it, and you can see that this all of a sudden, their article, after we went live and debunked it, the article changed, magically changed. And then here it comes up with, here is the new improved article. So it went down. The article initially said all of this stuff. Then it comes back up later on as a death hoax. It's updated. Some of the information was updated, and it's just an absolute travesty of an article. Not a reputable news source whatsoever. You can go through, I don't even know what's up there today anymore. We all knew as soon as you looked at it, this was not, there was no way that this was legit. They continue to try and pass it off. There's one little comment on there that is not just some random account either. That's a setup account. Somebody has ties to this in some way, shape, or form. Somebody intentionally got this article through this fake news source. I don't know if it's a pay for it to go, but it does link back to Pennsylvanian ways too. Rabbit did an entire video breaking down the article. That was her screenshot, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. If you want to see the hoax part of it, she did great breakdown of that on her channel. Go give her a shout out or a review on that if you would like. And then, is this video still up? No, it's deleted. I got caught lying my subs. She got caught lying to her subs. Ironic, huh? And what video pops up?
Justin just came across. Hold on. Look. With Marvin McRae. Look. This article on Marvin.
SNBC 30.
Some of you guys have already seen this clip because we did go over this in the beginning of yesterday's video, but I'm leaving it in this video so everybody can have it consecutively of how this broke down. Once this is over, we'll end this and then we'll pick up on her latest videos in the next couple days. But this is the setup. This is how all of it went down. And this is when Molly finds out, or finally people start, she realizes that the article changed from what they initially thought to a hoax. And this is their damage control of that.
13.
Right? You click it.
Oh, LL, look.
Not found.
I never look on Twitter.
You took it down. So.
Oh, you sent it to my Facebook, I'm sure.
Now, you're wondering why there hasn't been a video. Okay?
CNBC9.com.
Okay.
I'm going to let it play for just a minute, and then I'll be back in a second. I got to run downstairs.
So, this is where my head is. Okay? So what? What was it? Yesterday. It was yesterday. It was the day before. Started hearing, yesterday, early. People were telling me, Marissa.
Here's justice for Vaughn. A very sad update as Marvin McRae has passed away, according to a source close to the family. Such tragic ending. Rest in peace, Marvin McRae.
Okay. So, this is the thing. They're telling me yesterday morning that Marvin passed away and that it was put in Dre McRae's Slay group. I'm not in that. So I kind of kept it to myself. I can't imagine that this girl would put out some sort of information like that. Right? For some sort of attention, right? Why would she do that?
Well, I mean, he coded twice in the last couple of weeks.
Well, I got suspicious of the videos that she's been putting out. As the damage control, they're very suspicious. It's almost like she's setting up for defense. She has a lawyer. Lawyer told.
That's never been confirmed that she has an attorney. Ever. That she has an attorney. That has never once been confirmed. Never. Whatsoever. But she's going to continue on with this lie.
Told her to shut up. As long as she's not putting in her own name, you know what I'm saying? So.
Again, referring to the missing puzzle pieces.
it kept going, it kept going, it kept going. And then all of a sudden, this Wynette, and I got to talk to this Wynette. She came over to the protest. We're in Savannah. Tisha's out of town. I called Miss Wynette, and she got Mr. Marvon on. I said, I want you to know that if you guys heard anything, and Dre is claiming that Marvon is no longer here. And Miss Wynette was very, very inconsolable, and she was, oh my God. And then he said, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I said, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden this news article thing comes out, and I did think it was a bit off.
So now she says she thought it was a bit off, but she went ahead and announced it already. We all know that's a bunch of bullshit, and this is just her covering her tracks. That's all this is. Period. Point blank.
And I'm sitting there, and I feel so bad because 2 hours after that, a text message goes to Wynette. Can you show it?
Mm-hmm.
Justin's gonna pull it up.
Found it.
It's from a nurse in Yuma or Tucson. So it says, I'll call you right back.
I just spoke with
Marvon
Jr.'s nurse in Tucson. She said she was so sorry to hear about Marvon Jr.
Okay, well, where'd she hear about it? So all of a sudden today,
Wynette. That's where she heard about it, when Wynette messaged her and asked her if she had heard anything, I'm sure. And that's why she responded, I'm sorry to hear about Marvon Jr. I mean, this is exactly, they're trying to spin it and turn it every way. You saw in this video the setup. It is clear as day how this has been set up.
I get a message and it says, Marissa, Andrea was outside back in Yuma, cleaning up something outside of her double wide or something, but that she's back. And Letitia's very upset. We've both been besides ourselves.
Have you guys seen them be beside themselves on this trip? No, they've been acting like complete jackasses, in my opinion.
We were supposed to meet up with them earlier, but things went sideways today, and then decided to do it later on. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I can't believe I'm doing a video this tired.
Oh, it's just because she's this tired that she's acting like this. Yeah, no. So they find out that there's a good potential that this is not legit. And she doesn't really care. She's not apologetic for it, nothing. It's all about her. She's tired. They did this. Not at all about the emotional roller coaster that she just took her entire followers on. But worse than that, what they did to this family.
And we're in Savannah. Letitia turned the car around. They were out of town. Tisha took the wheel and came back to Savannah. And she's extremely upset.
So Letitia turned around because she's so upset. She took the wheel, turned around, and came back to Savannah. But Letitia's not talking to Molly, or wasn't talking. They had Marvon contact Letitia. Why would that be the case? And again, I'm going to ask it one more time, Molly. You've told us for months that Letitia had legal representation. You told us that there was a court order allowing visitation, which in essence, obviously was just an agreement, but you passed it off as a court order. That's what you said. There has been all of this money raised for an attorney. And now you want us to believe that there's an attorney and that he passed away and you're the one that found out about it and announced it to social media, but the family didn't know anything about it and can't find out anything. But there's an attorney and court orders, right? That's where you have taken us. None of it makes sense, Molly, and you're outing your own lies. That's what you're doing by doing this.
That's all I know.
Anything they did
Now just remember.
once that we know of.
With that said, now when Wynette said, what both Wynette and Letitia said, right? That they called Andrea several times. Wynette said she called her 10 times back to back, back to back, back to back. She won't pick up the phone.
Why would she? She apologized to Wynette and Wynette ignored her. And the only time she's tried to communicate with her is when you're around wanting content. You slime ball.
Back to back. She won't pick up the phone. So now she's back in Yuma.
The best thing they could do is not talk.
All of a sudden she's back in Yuma, Arizona. Okay? Huh.
Stalker bitch. Shopaholic, exactly.
She has a lawyer, so if she has a lawyer, they tell her to be quiet.
She says she has a lawyer. If she has a lawyer, what is it, Molly? Because Dre told Wynette herself that when you read the text messages, a couple months ago, that she didn't have an attorney. I hope that she does. And I hope she sues the pants off of every one of you, including me. I hope she takes me with you guys so I can look at you in the face and sit on that witness stand and tell the judge every single thing and provide it in folders for them because I'm that bitch that loves timelines and information to that point. I hope she does and takes me with you guys because I tell you what, the truth is the truth and you have done everything in your power to harm this family and destroy this man's reputation, his life, his legacy, his children, every single one of them. You evil, conniving, vile scum of the earth. That's what you are. I was going to call you a human being, but what you've done here is beyond comprehension. Nobody I know, even people that are like the lowest of lows would do something like this. And I know some low motherfuckers. I was married to one. But I don't even think he has it in his capability of doing something like this. And he's capable of everything. This is disgusting. How you can do this without any concern, any care, anything. You could care less. And what have you done? Created drama. You have your cronies attacking everybody else. So there's drama going on. So everybody gives you a pass. People are still out here saying that he's passed away. You haven't made corrections to your videos. You have no concern about anybody but yourself. This was all about making money. You needed content. You needed to continue to throw mud on this story. And you did it. You did it well this time. But now you're just going to drag it out. And you're going to continue to drag it out. You amped it up so you get your views back. All of it's kicking back up. And now everybody's going to be talking about you, calling you out. And you're going to just, I didn't do anything. It's somebody else's fault. But what does it do? It brings you the views back. And I hope you're sued for every single dollar that you've exploited this family for. Every single dollar. You might not have had a hand in actually getting money from the donations, which is despicable in itself. You might not have gotten any of that money. You profited plenty off of this man's name and destroying his family. And there is nothing that can be said about you that is good that will ever excuse this behavior. I've always said that I don't hate you because I don't put enough energy into it. This sealed the deal for me. There is nothing that I have and will ever have to say that's decent about you. You are the lowest of lows. And I know you don't give a shit what I say. You think it's funny. And the sad thing is you don't care about that family. You don't care about Marvon. You don't care about those kids and what this is doing. You don't even have enough give a shit in you to realize that his children are of age to have the internet. What if this was your son? What if this was done to you? You'd be screaming and crying and I'm suing everybody and all this stuff. But you don't care about what you've done to others. Not at all. I encourage you all to please continue to tell people that this is not confirmed. This is not truthful. Nobody knows. I mean, we do. It's not. If their story was truthful, there would be information out there that the family could access. Molly has said it herself. I put a short up that there is ways that the family can find out. There's absolutely ways that they could handle this. This never needed to come to this level whatsoever. Molly has admitted that. She had no information whatsoever. She just made this up.
Right? But she can still say, hey, he's passed.
Of course.
Yeah.
And why does she owe you that or his parents at this point in time? They have sat there and instead of calling you out on your bullshit and walking away from you, they have sat there and said nothing. This is a man that they supposedly love and care about, and they're letting some stranger on YouTube use their son as a story and content because they don't like his wife, based on a lot of bullshit that was even fed to them. They had enough issues before you came into the mix. What you have done is beyond damage. I don't know if this will ever be repaired, and it's sad. It's so sad because he's got kids that will have to see this. This doesn't just go away. It doesn't just shut for them like it does for you. You just collect a paycheck. That's all you care about.
But my God, how do you not call his mother and father that are worried sick about him?
If they were worried sick about them, about him, then why, when Dre reached out and apologized, did they not continue communication? Don't give us that bullshit now, because we all know that she reached out to try and communicate and they denied it. No, we don't buy that shit either. You did this dirty to them, but they still have a very big hand in how this has gone.
But you got time to edit and make videos?
Edit and make videos.
Trying to pull that trickery on
I
people?
want to call someone in the morning.
Trickery, yeah. By posting their own content.
This is ridiculous. Families bawling their freaking eyes out. People are like, oh, it's a lie. It's a lie. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I don't care if that's what she's thinking. I got what I needed out of it.
I'm telling you.
I can't watch any more of this.
These people need to freaking just lay off, man. Lay off, Letitia. Lay off these people. My God.
So we were supposed to just let them continue, everybody to continue to believe that he had passed away, and that was confirmed. That's what she thinks we should have all done. We're not supposed to be outing any of this as facts. She just wants to be able to pass off whatever. She doesn't want her ass held to fire. And she doesn't care. That's the problem. She will not care about the fact that we can out every bit of this. She don't care.
Like a bunch of vultures.
Works 100%.
And I'm not going to just stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, you are.
My feet are all banged up.
You are.
Dehydrated.
One way or another.
What the fuck? Was that the baby?
No, it was an ad.
That was an ad? I'm not buying it.
It was an ad.
Jose, 100%.
I'm exhausted. I feel like my feet are like swollen now.
Oh, poor baby Molly. Her feet aren't even swollen.
Well, I mean, it's like,
I don't think the bitch has ever probably done enough physical activity in her life to have swollen feet.
People are asking me all these questions. I don't have the answers to that. You need to ask his wife.
People are asking me all these questions because, you know, I'm the one that put it out here as a fact and told everybody for days on end that he had passed away. They have been asking me to confirm this information. I can't tell you anything. You need to ask his wife. She's trying to encourage her followers to harass and bother Dre because she thinks that Dre owes her a response. She doesn't think that Dre owes the family a response. She thinks she's deserved a response from Dre. And she's also deserving of a response and communication from Letitia, which was obviously cut off. And therefore, Letitia is one of the first to get tossed under the bus. And if you don't think that's part of her plan, that is absolutely part of her plan because her ego is bruised, just like she tried to claim Katie's is. Katie was the only one with dignity in this and said, I do not speculate about life and death. You can say whatever you want to, but that was tactful. Nobody can say the same for.
And if his wife is not going to put together a video, and that's what she does.
I saw that.
Right?
She's demanding that Dre puts together a video addressing this. Why address this? Why would she address this? It's not factual. There's no confirmation of this. So why would she entertain your lies once again? It's no different than what you've done all along. This is just the lowest of lows.
But instead, she's putting videos together that I'm calling her out on.
You ain't calling anybody out.
Because she's setting up her defense. She's doing damage control in the past couple of weeks. And it's very obvious.
You know what's obvious? And that's the end of that. You know what's obvious? This setup. This game. That's what's obvious. It's obvious how you've been planning this out. It's obvious how you once again exploited Marvon McRae and his family and lied about this man's life and everything around it. And the only person that this helps is you and your little cronies. And you have your little buddies over here trying to blame Katie or Uni potentially for this fabricated article. How convenient is that? That your little buddies are trying to say that it's possible that Uni or Katie are behind the fake death hoax article. It's interesting that none of us knew that this was what you were going to do with your plan that we've been watching you cook up, besides you and your cronies. And it's also convenient. And again, of course, I have the proof that one of your Patreons that's been out here causing nothing but ruckus, Penelope, joined Dre's group within this time frame, created a Facebook page. Do I have confirmation that it's her that runs that page? No, it's a complete, everything is the same as her YouTube. Conveniently, she's back on YouTube too. Conveniently, she's in all the comment sections that I go into or places that I run around with, which is totally fine. She's great. She can hang out with the drama community. But there is 100% verification that she has done nothing but cause problems out here, continued to lie, and once again, conveniently, she's in Dre's slay group. And stuff like this starts going down. She's not the only Patreon of Molly's in that group. There's a few more. I don't name them because they don't come out here publicly after me. They just do shady shit. Penelope made her bed with me, and that will be where it stays. Nobody's going to change my opinion because I know too much. Granted, a lot of it I haven't told people because I'm not doxing her to anybody. And I haven't. Keep playing with fire. A lot of you are going to get burned. That's on you, not me. Again, there's proof that a lot of her Patreons are in these groups causing havoc. There was never a post. She could have at least told Molly, hey, that's not true. She was in there. She knew there was no post. Do you think she corrected her? Doubtful. We'll never know. But it's all the same people, the extreme antis trying to spin this on Katie or Uni, that they're behind the fake hoax. Patreons of hers in places they don't belong because they have nothing but bad intent and have all along. Mocus at 100% shows character. I haven't doxed her, and I think she's feeling pretty cocky about it, which I'm not going to dox her. I've said that clearly. She'll make her own bed because I'm not the only one that's smart out here, and people will put it together. Michelle, I have not given any of her information to either, just to clarify. I haven't given it to anybody. But these people keep playing with people's real lives. This is a life and death situation. At least have enough tact to set Molly straight and tell her that this is not factual. There's a lot of you that hold that power to set her straight, that sit in her comments kissing her freaking ass every day, that knows she's lying. Haley, I didn't. I didn't see that. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And there's a group of them. This isn't just Molly. There's a group of them. Molly, Justin, Elle. What Elle did was completely disgusting. Completely disgusting. And it's just, I got sent the same screenshots over and over again because people started going and looking. How could this have gone down? I actually woke up to way more screenshots today than I ever thought humanly possible because people started digging. They were really thinking maybe this was way back in her group or whatever. And then people are also like trying to respect her privacy and not post any, like send screenshots or anything to confirm stuff. But people are also concerned. This person is nobody that is around here. It's nobody like that. It's somebody that followed her, I think, just at the start of this whole thing. But they sent me everything, and there's nothing in there. There is nothing in there that would have even, I mean, they could twist comments and stuff like that, but this is just ridiculous, you all. It's so ridiculous. And so many people are being hurt. Do you understand how many people love and care about this family and what this is doing to all of them too? Not just the family. This isn't a freaking game. This is life and death. And they're out here acting like it's just fun. And the only person that this helps is them. That's the only one profiting off of this. That's the only one doing anything. Their numbers are gaining. They're the ones profiting. It's disgusting no matter which way you think about it. It's not okay. And the anti-Katies to be so concerned and trying to pin this on Katie and Uni, that shows a total big piece of this that we've all been like, why do they care? They care because I proved them wrong about Katie about one thing. This isn't Katie's fault as far as the refunds and how all of us got involved. Not at all. But deeper than that, they align with Molly in her bullshit. This will never be okay from anybody. But how is she getting a pass? I'm going to end this here because I've said enough. It's been 3 hours almost again. These are way too long. But I wanted you guys to see bit by bit, moment by moment, time by time, how this went down. Now we've got her live that she did, her fake apology, and her interview with Marvin that we've got to get to. And they are very telling in themselves. But just be aware of what's going on. Please continue to... Oh, really? Haley, see? Isn't that interesting? Ugh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Mochus, that's true. I didn't know that, Haley. None of this is like, none of it is random. It's all intentional. There's something here. And I don't have any proof of this part yet, but I will say it. I will not be shocked if it's traced that that website has something to do with somebody from that group. Not going to be shocked at all. I don't know if they submitted it, if they paid for it, if one of them wrote it. I almost venture to say, because they started spinning that before anybody was really even like concerned about that piece of it. They had a story for that. They were already trying to say, yeah, it's nothing's that coincidental with this group. Thank you all for being here. Again, sorry I didn't interact in the comments a whole lot this one, and I know it was longer. I appreciate you all so much, but I hope this helps clarify like how this was all set up and broken, because it's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, nobody's safe from them. Yeah, Mochus, exactly. Yep. To muddy the water, to totally pass it off. Have a great night, T. Y'all have a great night. I'm not going to keep it on here. I'm taking all tomorrow off. I won't be on here tomorrow. Maybe I'll post some funny ones. Monday we'll be back and we will go into the apology and those videos and break those down. I'm sure there will be more chaos that happens, but Contessa will be shut off social media tomorrow because my family, I miss them. I like them. And I'm going to be very thankful because my family isn't going through what Dre's family is, and Marvon and all of them. And at the end of the day, please say prayers to their family. Nobody deserves what they have gone through. Nobody deserves this type of behavior. Hug your family extra close because you just don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And any of us could be in their shoes. When people like this exist and are allowed to do this stuff, we could all be in their shoes because they don't have any stop in them whatsoever. So say a prayer, smudge something, positive energy, whatever it is you believe in, send energy to Dre, her kids, her family, Marvon. Please, it's much needed. This has been hell. I don't care who says how strong she is. This on social media is hell, and it's so unfair. They didn't ask for any of this. With that, Contessa, over and out. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Have a great night.